And I could be nodding, but I'm not paying attention to anything you're saying. Because in my mind, I'm like, hey, what video am I gonna do next? Ooh, 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 ooh. So this just happened like a few days ago, where I came back from work and I spent a lot of time either in a computer or talking to people, but it's a lot of mental work. And then I get to the gym and I'm just like fed up with life and trying to do shit with my life. This certain individual asks me to do a task right when I get to the gym. So I'm like, hold on, wait, I just got you. No, it's a thing right now because clearly I don't know what is going on right now, so don't talk to me. I didn't know. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. So at that moment, it's too much information for me. And I get this mental fog where I don't process what the is gonna happen at the moment because my brain is like trying to change my mindset from work to training more. So then I'm like, okay, I don't like this feeling. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because have you ever Googled your symptoms? Like one thing that my doctor always tells me, never Google your symptoms. So every time that I feel something at times and I'm like trying to figure out what the is wrong with me, I Google my symptoms and I end up with cancer or some sort of disease or mental disorder. Well, guess what I found out? So this is a fun fact, all right? That Microsoft had come up with a study to measure people's attention spans. And in 2015, they found out that our attention span had dropped from 12 seconds to 8 seconds, which means it's 1 second less than a goldfish attention span. Okay, so with that in mind, right, because I'm like, okay, I mean, that would explain why I will get distracted way too easy nowadays. I say something, right? And then some, like out of nowhere, think about something else. And then I forget what I was talking about. But I'm working on that. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I looked it up. I'm not supposed to. But the point is that I'm like experiencing mental fogs, right? Where I get overwhelmed. Literally, my brain is not processing what's going on at the moment. And then I just forget what I just did or forget what I said. Shock. I know it's scary. So I was like, damn, bro. You know what I thought about? I thought about like TikToks and how we have the shorts on YouTube and the reels on Instagram because now they're super short. And I'm like, that would explain why I would have very short attention span. I mean, I do consume a lot of social media and I do forget a lot of things, but these mental fogs that I am experiencing, they interfere with my training. Sometimes when I'm training, I do get overwhelmed by so many punches or by too much going on. Because, in MMA, we have strikes, we have takedowns. We use our body. We use our body as much as we use our mind. And when there's so much going on at once, I feel overwhelmed. And it's not all the time because I've worked on it. Now I've focused on one thing and keep that concentration going. One thing that I'm working on right now is being able to get through that mental fog that I have. In MMA, when I go through that and there's so many punches coming, this is the opportunity for me to clinch or do a takedown or step back. Because I do that at the gym, I'm actually able to do it at home, at my job or in my personal life. Once in a while, like I be doing stuff and then I forget. And then I'm like, damn, I said that. That's what happens when I drink alcohol sometimes or I'm not paying attention at the time and my brain goes on la la land.
Can someone get me some tacos? Yeah, how about that? Oh my God, I'm so hungry. That is so delicious. I don't want some tacos.
The way that I'm helping myself get through this is by just the same way I do it in MMA. Whenever I talk to clients or I talk to my siblings or I talk to my friends, and there's a lot of things going on at once, yeah, it could be a little bit overwhelming. But then there's always a chance to take a step back and then breathe, you know, just as simple as like you breathe and then make a decision, or literally, you know, saying like, hey, give me a minute, I need to cool off, I need to take a breather, whatever the case is, or literally talk it out right there and then. Sometimes I can't, like at the moment I need to slow down, and sometimes, yeah, I can't step away from whatever it is that I'm doing at the moment. Like when I'm editing, sometimes it can get overwhelming, but then I literally take a deep breath, or I turn it off for like 2 minutes. I breathe it out and then let my brain process, and then I go back into it again. And it's the same way in a fight. We fight for 3 rounds, and then we have 1 minute to just cool off, and then we go back into it. This mental fox is the real shit though. It's the real shit, because I don't know why people don't be talking about this, but this is a real thing, dude. Like the short attention spans and the distractions, and us just not being able to articulate, comprehend, and do this critical thinking to make the right decisions or make logical decisions, you know? Us not being able to do those things is what causes a lot of irrational decisions or emotional decisions. So it's funny because looking back at the video from 2 years ago until now, I'm able to stay in topic. Before, I used to go on a tangent talking about everything in life. You ever met those people that just like, you start talking about one thing, but then something comes up. Oh yeah, so my dog actually pooped himself. Like, I'm guilty of that. Like, I do that too. But then again, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm crazy. All I'm saying is that things like this happen to me, and I'm learning how to deal with that. Hopefully, you know, they help you too. It does suck that my attention span is down to 8 seconds, but I also think that this is what helps me stay very creative. But I could be looking at you and I could be nodding, but I'm not paying attention to anything you're saying, because in my mind, I'm like, hey, what video am I gonna do next? If you have mental fog, raise your hand. It's okay though. It's okay. It's okay.